and welcome to Let's Build the Quidditch Pitch, Part 1. It's going to feel weird saying that, no longer saying Let's Build Hogwarts, it's now Let's Build Quidditch Pitch. We'd have to find a new starting point as well, aren't we? Okay, so we're gonna go to round the back of the greenhouses. So I'm estimating 4 parts for the Quidditch pitch. We're going to try and break it up. So in this first one, we are going to sort out the landscaping for the Quidditch pitch, and then we're going to draw our big oval. It's a really large oval. Next time, we are going to dig the trenches and decorate the trenches. The time after that, we're going to lay the foundations to the towers and hopefully build the towers. And the time after that, we'll be decorating the towers and finishing the pitch. That's the plan. Whether it works out that way is another matter. Now, I must point out as well that these are going to be fast forward heavy, or I might just straight up cut bits. As it is extremely repetitive. Once you've got one section sorted, the rest is more or less the same. So rather than show all of that, because it will take a while too. It took us a good couple of days to build this the first time round, so obviously I can't record the first few days and then fast forward it all. So it might be a case of I will do a tower or two and then cut and show you the last one maybe. I think that's probably the way we're going to end up going. Either that or it's just going to end up dragging out over multiple parts and all the parts are going to be the same, which is no fun either. Right, so first things first though, we need to sort out our land in order to put our pitch in. Now, fairly confident that this little space that we've got here is nowhere near big enough. So, first thing you need to do is decide which way you want to put it. I'm going to put it, because it's an oval, so we're going to put it lengthways around there. So there is a tent before the Quidditch pitch, so what we're going to do is we are going to draw a path down here. We're going to do a staircase here and another staircase over there for Hagrid, and the tent is going to go here, and then the Quidditch pitch will go in front of that. We might have to make our path go a little bit this way. We'll do the path last because we're not 100% certain where the tent's going to end up. So what we need to do now then is focus on our numbers at the top of your screen in the corner. We need to make sure that our space is big enough. So we're going to start, we're going to estimate first. So here we've got our little dip, and then we're going to come forward a little bit because you're not going to put the tent straight down there. We're going to build a staircase in there. So we're going to say tent goes there roughly. So we're just getting our width. Okay, so if this is where the tent begins, or the path in front of the tent begins, we need to go forwards 220 blocks. So if you check your numbers, the top corner, on mine, it's the last number that's moving when I move back and forth. And the number is going up. So we have minus 575. I think we'll round that to 570. We're going to add, no we won't, we'll round it up to 580, that'll be easier. So that's 580. There we go, 580. So we need to add 220 to it. So that needs to be 800. So 580 plus 220 is 800. So we need to make sure that we've got enough land until that says minus 800. Ignore the first number to begin with. And as you can see, I think we're going to run out of land, although it's really hard to gauge. Yes, we're a good 50 blocks short. So what we're going to do is we are going to use our fill commands. So / fill, space, squiggle, go for big numbers, minus 15, space, -1, space. Whoops, no, squiggle, -1, space. Sorry, we'll start that again. For those who haven't used the fill command, I've probably just messed that up and completely confused people. So we're going to open the chat menu where you chat to your friends, and then we're going to put a / fill, space, a squiggly line. I know it's got a normal name and I can never remember the name, so it's squiggly line in my head. So we call that squiggly line. -15, space, squiggly line, -1, space. Squiggly line, -15, space, squiggly line, 15, no minus, space, squiggly line, -15, space, grass. Let me double check that. That's not right. I've missed some. Okay, we're missing a 15. Squiggly line, 15, space, grass. So I'm trying to do this as if you haven't seen the Hogwarts tutorials, which are now finished. 165 there were of those. I doubt we'll get to that number again. So what we're going to do is we're just going to fill our land. Open your chat menu, press up, and your previous command will appear. And we're going to keep going until we get to the 800 mark, which would be there. But I think we're going to add a couple on, because we want to decorate around it. We want it to make it look nice around it and stuff like that. So I think let's round that up to 900. It gives us a good bit of leeway. Oh, I think we're there. Yeah, we're pretty. Okay, so yeah, we're glitchy. Don't worry, it's just not loaded properly. It will load in a bit. Right, so now that we've got our width, yes, that's our width. Our length is going to be longer. So our length is that away. So we're going to start from, again, roughly, we're going to pretend there's going to be a staircase. Is it that one or that one? Oh, the staircase is over there. So we could take it from here. So let's just make a mark on the floor. Where are we? So it should be the first number, -22, and we're going down. So we need to go forwards 270. So what we're going to do is we're going to call that 0. And we're going to go forwards until it says 200, because the numbers are going down. So we're going to add 270, but we're going to find 0 first, which is there. And then we're going to add 270. It rounds it up, makes it easier to work out what you need to put in. So 270. And I'm fairly confident we do not have that. Not even close. Oh, but a bit further than I thought we would be. Okay, so we're just going to fill in our land until we get to the 270 mark. Again, you can put in as much as you want. If you want to put in more, oh, we're glitchy again. I think it's my computer, you know. I think my computer's struggling to keep up. because it's not like this on the Xbox at all, not even close. So as you can see, we have now passed the 270 mark, but I think we're going to round it up to 300 because why not? And an extra one for good luck. So what we're going to do now is we are just now going to fill in all of this, and it's really being funny now, isn't it? Right, so I can't tell how far that way I'm going now. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to come out and reload and see if that makes a difference. I think my computer is struggling. That's better. Where am I? Okay, so we didn't poke out there. I was a bit worried. We were going to poke out the bottom of that there for a minute. Okay, do we have to type in our command again? No. Ow. It's gonna be a nightmare, isn't it? Okay, so fill in all the land. I'm hoping I'm filling it in. Okay, I think I might be a bit short there. Nope, I can see the blocks. I think we're going to stick some in anyway. Okay. The land is there, but it's hard to tell where you've put your land now. Hopefully you've not got this problem. I think it's my computer. I think it's struggling to keep up. It shouldn't be, but it is. Right, I'm going to have to keep coming back in and out because, as I say, I can't see where land has gone and where land has not gone. I've got a rough idea as to where I've been. Otherwise, guessing a little. Oh, see, that's better. Oh, that's being better now, isn't it? Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay. This doesn't have to make things complicated, doesn't it? I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. I'm filling in all the land to match the length that we need. And then in a bit, I'm going to go up and match the width for what we need all across the length. But I think we'll probably, I don't know, fast forward that bit, maybe even cut that bit. It might help my computer. Don't understand why it's being so slow. It's like an extreme parkour game, doesn't it? Let's try coming out and in again, see what happens. Luckily, we don't have a great deal of land to sort out. Once it's loaded in, it should be fine. Okay, so we can see bits where I've missed. And there's a section over here. Make sure you stay at the same height when you're doing this. Oops, see, I'm not at the same height there. Or is that just not loaded in? Unknown. Okay. Don't know why we've got funny lines over things here. Okay, so we should have nice chunky land over here. That's where our markers were. Okay, so I am going to cut this bit now because I think I'm going to have to reload a lot. So as you can see, we've put in the land there to the length. What we're going to do is where we've pulled the land out here is we're going to square it off by filling in land. So we're going to pull this out till it meets the end of there roughly, and then we're going to fill that out roughly till it meets that bit and fill it all in the middle. So I'm going to do that now. I'm then going to cut. What's going on over there? I don't think it's loaded in properly. Yes, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to go fill it in and probably fill this bit in down there too, make that match up. I'm going to go do that, and I shall see you in a minute, or second in your case, because we're going to cut this bit because it's going to be easier. Okay. Okay, let's see what we've got now. Whether I've cut that or fast forward, I don't know. I'll decide when it's time to edit, I suspect. It depends on how long these videos are. So hopefully we've got a nice big area now. See, it's all filled in. We've still got some funky lines down there though. Hopefully that'll go on its own at some point. Okay, there we go. So it's all filled in rather nicely now. Don't think I've got any bits missing. Okay, and I think that is big enough. We can always add some more in if it's not. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work on a little staircase. Now we don't really see the land between Hogwarts and the Quidditch pitch. We see some bits from a distance where the Quidditch pitch is lower than the castle because the castle's on the top of a cliff. So the Quidditch pitch does look a little bit lower, but you don't really see what's in between the castle and the Quidditch pitch. So we're making it up. So for our equipment, we're going to grab some grass because we're going to fill those holes in. And we're going to want some stairs. I think we should go for the cobblestone stairs. We're going to want some wall. And I think we'll go for the andesite wall. And I think we'll leave it there for the time being. Right. We don't really need lanterns. We can what we're going to do is put some outdoor lights, but that will be at the end of this because that's more decoration, altering your landscaping a bit. It's decorating. We're going to leave the decorating till last. Or prettifying it all up. So what we're going to do first is we are just going to put in a bit of a staircase here. Now this is not going to be central to the Quidditch pitch. The centre of the Quidditch pitch is going to be further up there. So once we've got our staircase down there, we'll have to create a bit of a path that goes to the centre, which will be where the tent is. But we'll worry about that later. Again, that could be last. We might even be able to create a second path that goes around that side. Well, we'll worry about that later, like I said. So first things first, we're going to do a bit of a staircase and we're going to try and line it up there with that. So we're too high to come in completely. What we're going to do is one, two, three. We're going to make our staircase 4 blocks wide. This is just a rough template to make sure it goes fine before we start messing about with stairs. Because we don't want to come out too far. I think that'll work quite well actually. So we're going to knock that bit off there. And I think what we'll do is we're just going to add we will be getting rid of this in a moment, but it does make it easier with the stairs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where have we got 5 from? This way. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of the grass. We'll fill that bit in there though. Okay, we're going to fix that hole. Let's grab a block. I think we'll go for andesite. So, no, we won't. We'll go for stone brick. And we're going to put stone brick on the end. And then andesite wall on top of that, like so. There we go. And we could even put a wall across there for safety. Though it does look a bit silly now, that doesn't it? I think we'll get rid of that. So again, if you want to rough up these edges, there you can, like we did with the TNT. Rough it all up so that it looks rough and natural. In fact, that might be a very good idea. We're not going to do that now because where are we for time? Wow. Okay. I'll probably focus on that last. When it comes to sprucing things up, making it nice and pretty, we'll probably worry about that then. Where's Hagrid's path gone? There it is. We are going to give Hagrid another path, so let's get the village path. No, is it just path? Yes, there it is. Dirt path. Okay, so first we want to make it a little bit wider for him because Hagrid's a big fella. Okay, and then we're going to do that like so. Make sure I put one underneath because, as you know, I don't like the gaps that it puts underneath. We'll just focus on this first. Okay, and I think we'll just add Okay, so I just wanted to get the basic staircases done today because we've still got to lay the foundations out to our oval. So again, when it comes to the landscaping and making this look nice and natural, I think we'll worry about that at the end. Because everybody's land is different now. Not everybody's done this on a super flat world, some of you have done it on a normal world, so everybody's land is slightly different. Billy's done his on a normal land but put it quite high, so he kind of needs to do this but has natural landscape at the same time. So it's just what I mean, everybody's land is a little bit different now. So I'm trying to keep things nice and simple so that everybody can adjust this to their land. So assuming you've got these big steep things that I've got here, there's 2 staircases, one for Hagrid and one for everybody else in the school. Now you can easily create a path from there to that. There, let's see, do we line up? We probably don't. No, we're not far off. It's so easy to get carried away with this game, isn't it? If you wanted to create another path from over there, you can. So we're just going to bring this in a little bit. Maybe a bit more. That's going to start there, isn't it? There we go. Again, I say you could build a path from over there to here. I'd make it a thinner path. I would say that that's the main path. Everybody's going to come through there because it's the most direct path. Okay, so we're going to focus on our big oval now. Right. So we're going to clear our equipment. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw our great big oval. So I've already tried to do this and I completely fluffed it up, so I've had to cut it and I'm starting again. But when I do things like this, I forget what I've said and what I've not said. So if you find me repeating myself, I do apologise. Because I forget. I've got a memory like a sieve these days. It's old age. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab some different coloured blocks. We're going to break this up a bit in order to try and make it easier for if you get lost in it, and you probably will get lost in it. I've gotten lost in it. Centaur's gotten lost in it. We've all gotten lost in this. It's just taken a good few practice goes to nail this down. And I'm hoping I've got it this time, and I'm hoping I can explain it in a nice enough way where you won't get lost, but there is always that possibility. So we're going to colour code things so that if you do get lost, it's going to be easy to figure out where you're up to on the tutorial and where you're up to compared to your build. So we're going to start off with we just want some different coloured blocks. We're going to go for 3 different coloured blocks. Any colour, it doesn't matter what colour it is. So we're going to go for a white, a lovely red because we like our reds, and a purple. White, red and purple. Those are my colours. Okay. So first we've got to figure out where to put this thing. Where do we start this? So it is 270 blocks long and 220 blocks wide. So we want to find the middle, more or less. So 220 blocks wide. So our forward bit is the 500 there. Can we go back to 550? We can. Where are we? Ooh. So 220, half of that is 110. So let's go forward 110 blocks. So our minus 550 should be minus 660. There we go. So we actually want a starting point over here. So I think that's a nice starting point there actually. So we're going to put it around this level. So have we got 220 blocks that way? So 880 we want to be at. I think we've got enough there. Yeah, we've got plenty. If we haven't got enough land, if you've run out of land, you can easily put in some more. Okay, so this is the line where we're going to start on this side of things, but we need to find our starting point. There away. So our build is 270 blocks long. So half of that would be 135. So we're going to go to the beginning here. In fact, let's go to the 0, round it up so the numbers are nice. Just has a bit of extra on the sides, which is perfectly fine. It's better having too much than not enough. So 270, so half of that is 135. So we're going to go forwards 135 blocks. It's the first number that's going up. We started at 0, so it's nice and easy. 135, roughly. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. So what we want to do is make sure that that more or less lines up, which it does. So we're going to make this purple block here our starting point. What we're going to do, so that's at 140. Yeah, okay, we'll start here. So this is going to be our starting point. So don't forget we've got a tent that goes in front here. So we've got a tent and then we'll put a nice path in and we can put some flowers, some trees. You can put wherever you want in between. We don't actually know. We never actually see this bit of land. And again, I don't know if I know I've said this before, but I don't know if it's in the bit that I cut or not. So I might be repeating myself. But we don't really see this piece of land in between the Hogwarts Castle and the Quidditch Pitch. We do see a far out distant shot once or twice where you can see Hogwarts in the background high up because Hogwarts is on a cliff. So which means the Quidditch Pitch is lower down, which is why we've put it lower down. Okay, so, right, what we're going to do is that is our starting point. Okay, so numbers on the screen. I may or may not put the numbers on the screen and I'll decide that come editing. What I'm nervous about with putting the numbers on the screen is that there are quite a lot of small numbers, so I'm worried about the numbers constantly flashing on the screen going 3 4 3 4 2 2 2 that you're gonna get lost. It's actually going to make things more confusing. So I'll probably put the big numbers on the screen, but when it comes to little numbers I might not. So just bear that in mind. I will decide properly come editing. If I've got the time to do it, I will. If it's too fast, I won't. Okay, what we're also going to do is every time we change a number, we're going to change a coloured block. So it breaks it up a bit. and there are a couple of sections where it will be the same. At the moment we're going to alternate between red and white. And there will be a couple of bits that will go purple, and that will help break it up some more. So we're focusing on red and white. So our first lot, our first number is 28. So this wants to go 28 in that direction. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 28. It's going to double check it, triple check it, quadruple check it, because if one is out, the whole lot's out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Move, cow. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So we are always going to use the last block of the previous row. So our next number is 11. So we're going to change wool, and we're going to put the first one directly in front of the last block of the last row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Back to white. 8. 2, 3. 7. 5. 6. 4. 5. 4. 4. 3. 4. Okay, so now we're going to go to purple, and we want 7 lots of 3. So that's one row of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Double check, because I've made mistakes before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lots of 3. And then we're going to come back to the red, and then we're going to go 2, white, 3, 2, 3. Back to purple. Now we're going to do 10 lots of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If in doubt, just put some bits on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so let's just take that off, because it might confuse us later on, and we don't want that. Put that back. Okay, so this is where we get a little bit funky. What we're going to do now, we've done our 10 lots of 2, we're going to turn, and then we're going to put 2 right on the end of there, so we've turned that into a 3 in this direction. I'm hopefully going nice and slow. So now we want 2. Make sure I'm on the right spot. Yep. And then 3 lots of 3. And then a 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 10. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that is a quarter of our oval. So as you can see, we've got plenty of room over there, plenty of room down there. A quarter. We're a quarter of the way through. And technically the rest of it is just repeating what we've already done, just in different orders. So what we're going to do is we're going to start this side now, and we're going to come down here, and hopefully when we've finished our 28 blocks there, this will line up with that. Hopefully, fingers crossed, please. Okay, so we're going to go in reverse order now. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 lots of 3. Was it? Yeah, I've got to keep double checking. Yes, 3 lots of 3. Okay, so then we want a 2 and then a 2. So 2 and then 2, but with a purple on the end. Yep. And that purple, so we're now going to turn this way. 10 lots of 2. So that's 1. We've got 1, 2 now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go, see? So now we want a 3. We're going to go back to our reds, because I like the reds. Oops. 1, 2, 3. Then 2. Then 3. Then 2. We're then going to do 7 lots of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4, 3, 4, 4. So we've got 2 lots of 4 there. Yep. 4, 4, 5. 4. 5, 4. Yep, that's the 5. That's the 4. 6. 5. 7. 8. 11. 28. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Now then, hopefully we're going to line up over there. This is where we find out whether or not we've made mistakes. This is where I've fluffed it a couple of times now. We just draw a line across, and hopefully we should end up in the exact same spot. We do! Yes! I'm really excited about that. I've tried to do this a couple of times and I keep making mistakes. So the fact that I've done that without a mistake, yes, okay. So there's half a Quidditch pitch. We're going to do the other half over here now. Whew. we'll start over here. Now you can work both sides at the same time if you like, and I think we'll probably do something like that. Just be wary that if you do make a mistake, you're going to end up repeating that mistake on both sides. But I think I've got it nailed now, so if I've got it nailed, hopefully you guys shouldn't have a problem. Right, so 11. Remember to use the last block of that one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 11 and 8. So I'm going to go over here and do the same thing. 11 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to go back over here. Seven and then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there is a worry here, I might be getting a bit too cocky now and make mistakes. 7 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Let's just double check our numbers. 5, 7. As I say, if you make a mistake here, you will feel it later. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'll go back over here. So we're facing Hoggies. 5, 6 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same over this side. 6 and 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, oops, wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4, 4. So we're doing 3 lots now. 5, 4, 4. 5, 4, 4. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Oops, 3. 2, 3 and 4. So that's 3 and then 4. So now we're going to do the 7 lots of 3. So our purple breaks it up nicely because I say, but if you start getting lost, it's easy. It's hard to figure out where exactly you're up to because all the colours are the same. So we're changed into a purple, and we're going to do 7 lots of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then we've got 2, 3, 2, 3. It's 2, 3, 2, 3. 2, 3, 2, 3. How are we looking? Oh, coming together nicely there. Oh. 2, 3, 2, 3. So now we're going back to purple and we've got 10 blocks of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 blocks of 2. I feel like I might have said the wrong numbers a minute ago. 10 blocks of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 blocks of 2. So then we're going to come down here. We'll start over this way because we always do. Face Hogwarts. Okay, so now we're going to turn. Remember, and then we're going to stick 2 on the end of that. So we're turning that into a 3. I'm going to do the same over here. Add 2 onto the end of that. So you're turning that last 2 into a 3 in that direction. Now we want 2 and then 3 lots of 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 and then 3 lots of 3. 1, 2, 3. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hopefully, well, at least I know we're lining up okay there. We should have 10 in this middle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! Party! If you're not lining up, if you've got more than 10, less than 10, or you're on the wrong levels, it does mean you've made a bit of a mistake somewhere. Hopefully I've done that nice and slowly so that you shouldn't. But with the way we've done the colours and that, it should be easy to try and figure out where your mistake is. For example, we've got these purples. If you're not lining up, draw a line across the beginning of the purples. Does the beginning of the purples that side line up with the beginning of the purples this side? If it doesn't, your mistake is before those purples. If it does, your mistake is after those purples. If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Just keep drawing lines across, and if one side does not match the other, then hopefully it'll help you find your mistake if you have made one. It's very easy to make mistakes on these. As I say, I have recorded this a couple of times now, if I'm completely honest, because I keep making mistakes. The oval does work, as you can see, it does work, but even I've made mistakes and I've had to re-record this a couple of times now because I fluffed it. So just take your time, double check, triple check even, and hopefully you shouldn't have a problem. The best part about colour coding as well is that you should be able to match up either side nicely, and if you have made a mistake, you may even be able to see where it is. Whee! And we're going to leave it there for today. So these are out once a week now, because by now I hope to have moved. As I'm recording these ahead of time, my move has not gone to plan as when I thought it would, which is why I've got a little bit of extra time, which is why I'm recording a bit more, because I'm moving later than I thought I was going to be moving. They do say house moves are stressful. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. Okay, so as you can see, we've got loads of space around here now, so you can do whatever you want with this land here. Bear in mind, we will be putting in a tent. Our tent will go roughly where the horsey is there. Rough estimate. Tent will go here. Could probably put it a little bit closer. And then we'll probably do a path that goes from the tent to those stairs over there. So you can do wherever you want with the rest of the land to make it pretty. Or, as I said, we don't actually know what this section of land looks like, so you can do whatever you want. You can turn it into a forest, you can make it into a meadow, you can even put in a lake if you really wanted to, or a big pond. It's entirely up to you. We have no clue what it looks like. So, in the meantime, if you want to do something, pretty up your land. I have not a clue what I'm going to do with this yet. The layout is slightly different to my main world, so I don't know. You could probably blow up the edges there to rough it up, make it look more natural, or you could turn it into a slope even, like the stairs. Just add stairs all the way along if you really wanted to. You could add some land over there, that side of things, which would actually be a good idea. So, okay, so bearing in mind, Hogsmead village itself is in that direction. It will be going in that way. So there will be a path that will come from here all the way across there down to Hogsmead. So Hogsmead path is this way. So if you want to start adding in more land over here, you can do. Obviously, we're a long way off Hogsmead yet, so try not to get too excited. But if you're doing a lot of landscaping and a lot of stuff to the land here, just try and bear that in mind, that there will be a path coming here. I mean, you could put a really thin path there, I suppose. You could put in a train track if you really wanted to. They could get the train there. Fairly confident they don't get the train there. And our Hogsmead is going to go more or less here, which is behind the station. So we've got the station there. Our Hogsmead is going to be here behind the station. So that's it for today then. Next time we're going to start digging out the trenches. As we know, there are trenches that goes all the way around the pitch. Harry and Draco do some flying in there in the second movie. And in the books, that's in the books too. And so we know that there are trenches, so next time we are going to start digging out those trenches, and that will take a while. So that's probably something I'll start off and I'll show you for a little bit. I will teach you a brand new command to make it go faster. If you don't want to do the commands, it's perfectly fine. You can just do it manually. It's just going to take a lot longer. Even with the commands, it's going to take a while. So that's probably going to be a fast forward section or a cutting section, and then we're going to decorate the trenches. So that's next time. So, right, so that's it for me for today. There is a link in the description to the Hogsmead train station that we've just had a quick sneaky peek at. There is a link to the Hogwarts build. All 165 parts. That's how many hours it took to build that on tutorials. It's probably a much longer if you don't take into account all of the fast forwards and stuff like that. So yeah, it took a long time. But the link is in the description for that too, as well as the Durmstrang ship and the second task platform. There's also a link to our Discord server, Potter's Nights. Come join us. Come looking for a natter, show us your bills, show us your pictures. If you're struggling, come and ask your questions, or you can ask them on YouTube with the comments. Make sure you hit that thumbs up, the like button, and hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification button so you don't miss the trenches. Okay guys, so until next time, take care of yourselves, like and subscribe.